Our Mimi was born on July 4th, 1943, and while there are fireworks on July 4th because it's our nation's Independence Day, she thinks it's all about her. She shares a birthday with President Calvin Coolidge, a bunch of YouTube stars like this guy, and then rapper Post Malone.
She was born in Louisville, Kentucky to William Bill Higgins and Mary Lee Mickey Higgins, otherwise known as our Granny and Grampy. She was named after her mother, but as a small child her full name was too big of a mouthful, so she called herself Mimi, and it stuck.
Eventually, along came her little sister Pat, whom she terrorized by tying her up in a bathrobe so tight that they couldn't get her out, and encouraging her to stick her hand in a vase, which got her hand stuck. Despite all the drama, they loved each other. They also had lots of fun doing all sorts of things. They spent lots of time playing with friends in the neighborhood, running around in their bathing suits, playing dress-up, her favorite, and taking classes like gymnastics. Sadly, an Olympic medal was not in her future. And like all of us, she spent time hanging out with her grandparents, aunts, uncles, and cousins.
The family settled in Nashville, Tennessee. She went to Catholic school and graduated from this place. It's pronounced St. Bernard's, not St. Bernard's, y'all. She even got selected to crown the Blessed Mother during May crowning.
While she was in high school, she met a guy named Frank. He loved to fiddle with gadgets and technology and proceeded to break Aunt Pat's radio while visiting the house. Luckily for him, it wasn't a deal breaker.
Mimi wasn't a cheap date. Frank had to pay for the ferry ride across the river to Mimi's house and for the hot fudge cake from Big Boy, one of the most expensive items on the menu. Frank must have decided that she was worth it because he asked her to marry him, and 59 years later, they are still together.
Eventually, they moved to Michigan, where Mimi cried for 2 weeks about the miserable, icy cold weather. Eventually, they adjusted and decided to stay and live out the rest of their days in the mitten. They raised their 3 children, Kevin, Kristen, and Scott. As her kids got older, she went back to school and became a dental assistant, and was adored by her patients.
Later, she took on one of her favorite roles, becoming a grandmother to 10 grandchildren, who all called her Mimi, of course.
Our Mimi has always led by example, and we have learned many things from her. Be strong in your faith. Give back to your community. Get the large bucket of movie popcorn. Stay active. Be a good friend. Share a good meal with the people you love. Learn to make delicious brownies. Go out and see the world. And most important of all, spend time with your family. Happy birthday, Mimi. We love you.